No matter your age, where you live or what sense of humor you have, you've probably played Cards Against Humanity. Which is cool. CAH is a great game. But like all else in life, it gets old. So even if you switch up the players or add some expansion packs, you might want to play something new eventually, and just as fun. Not sure where to start? No worries, we've got you covered. Listed below are 10 fantastic alternative party games to CAH. 1. Drunk, Stoned or Stupid. Amazon rating, 4 out of 5 stars. Players, 3. Better with larger parties. Consider this game to be one giant round of superlatives. Totally NSFW, but an inexplicable amount of fun as you vote which player is most likely to do X while drunk or stoned, or just because they're dumb AF. Here's a disclaimer for you: if your feelings are easily hurt, which is totally fine, it's okay to be sensitive, this game is not for you. Price, $18. Buy it here. 2. Exploding Kittens. Amazon rating, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Players, 2 to 5. This family-friendly card game is truly outrageous. It's essentially the card game version of Russian roulette, or so the developers claim. Players draw cards until they pull an exploding kitten, killing them and knocking them out of the game. Unless they have a defuse card which saves them, in that round, anyway. Price, $19.99. Buy it here. 3. Utter nonsense. Amazon rating, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Players, 3. Better with larger parties. This totally NSFW card game fuses strange phrases and hysterical accents to make the most ridiculous sayings. And with 500 cards to choose from, the combinations are practically endless. The game challenges you to speak like you're pooping, talking from the side of your mouth, in labor, and more. Sometimes the phrases pair well with the accent cards, but most of the time they don't, which leads to utter nonsense, and that's where you get the name of the game. In a lot of ways, this game makes it better if you're terrible at faking accents. Price, $18.98, regularly $24.99. Buy it here. 4/Cards. Amazon rating, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Players, 2 to 5. Cards takes horror movie trivia to an entirely new level. With over 1,300 questions that cover 400 movies, this game isn't exactly for the novice filmophile. In order to come out on top, you've gotta know your stuff. The trivia questions cover everything from the silent era all the way up to films released just a few years ago, 2015, to be exact. From Jason Voorhees and Jigsaw to Hannibal Lecter and Leatherface, every titular character, minute plot detail and setting is game. Cards are broken up into 2 decks, the trivia deck and the categories deck, as well as 5 categories. You and up to 5 other friends have to name movies from a brief description, give examples of niche horror films, discuss film style, match directors to their work, and more. Price, $35. Buy it here. 5. These cards will get you drunk. Amazon rating, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Players, 2 to 8. These cards will get you drunk is exactly what it sounds like, a card game to get you lit. Unlike other party games where you play with one set of rules, this game is broken up into 3 distinct categories. You and up to 7 other friends will compete, vote and screw each other over in the name of the game. The game is pretty self-explanatory: you draw a card and do as it says, or you drink. And with over 100 cards in the deck, no 2 games will play the same. Price, $15.99. Buy it here. 6. Joking Hazard. Amazon rating, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Players, 3. Do you think you're funny? Well, this comic-style card game will disprove that. Using prompts and fill-in-the-blank cards, players create their own original comic strips in the style of famous webcomic Cyanide. Price, $25. Buy it here. 7. Go Fish Yourself. Amazon rating, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Players, 2 to 6. You played Go Fish as a kid, now you're all grown up, and guess what? So is the game. Go Fish Yourself is similar to Go Fish, except the creators have really ramped up the incentive to sabotage other players. As you create pairs, players will find themselves getting really creative as they complete the ridiculous set of rules printed on each pair. If you can't force yourself to play the pair, you're out. Price, $10. Buy it here. 8. Urban Dictionary, the party game of slang. Amazon rating, 4 out of 5 stars. Players, 3 to 8. Using the most outrageous slang, impress the judge by pairing the most ridiculous prompt cards with other cards made up of hashtags, slang, etc. Played similarly to Cards Against Humanity, except you can act out and illustrate your combinations. 'Cause, well, why not? Price, $16.95, regularly $24.99. Buy it here. 9. What do you mean? Amazon rating, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Players, 3 to 20. This adult party game also plays similarly to Cards Against Humanity, except memes are involved. So things are destined to get out of hand, leaving you with a stomach full of stitches. But it's all in the name of fun. Price, $29.99. Buy it here. 10 FK. The game. Amazon rating, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Players, 3 to 8. This pocket-sized party game is one giant brain teaser, so you'll actually get smarter the more you play it. Players flip cards and shout what they see. But depending on the card, you either have to show its background color, what's depicted, or any swear words printed on it. Mess up and you collect more cards. First person to get rid of all their cards wins. TLDR, don't F up. Price, $16.95. Buy it here. More bizarre deals. The Daily Dot may receive a payment in connection with purchases of products or services featured in this article. Click here to learn more.